I finally got on here, thank goodness. I'm like, I live in the boondocks, right? Okay. I'm just going to give like a couple minutes before I just start talking about what I really wanted to come on here and talk about. But um, you live in the boondocks, right? Like you live in the middle of nowhere and you would kind of expect technology to be in a certain place already, but like even with Wi-Fi sometimes when you live out in the woods and in the middle of nowhere, it's just like what's the point? What's the point? Right? Um but I wanted to talk about a dream that I had. Like a dream that I had, and I feel like it's very relative to um I think it's very relative to why there's a lot of children going missing and why there are um lots of these particular cases happening worldwide. And I'm sure it's not just, it's not just in certain places or certain countries, it's happening a lot more now. It's happening in a lot of places. So, I wanted to talk about a dream that I had. Oh man, where do I start? And a lot of my dreams lately, I wrote it down too. A lot of my dreams lately have been, I feel like I've been a literal vessel. Um, the more that I keep doing a lot of these cases and stuff like that, I feel like I am an open vessel and an open channel, and it's pretty wild. I will say that it is pretty wild. So, um, anyways, I kind of want to say a prayer before I start talking because I feel the need to. All right, so our Father, throughout in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. That is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever and ever. Amen. Okay. Amen. All right. So, really what I wanted to talk to you about, hey Kirsty, really what I wanted to talk about is I wanted to talk about a dream that I had. And I do feel like it's very relative to not just, um, hey Disney, it's not just relative to a lot of the cases that I've been recently doing and some of the uploads that you've seen. But I feel like it's very relative to the reasoning, the deeper reasoning behind why a lot of these children are going missing. Why is this happening a lot? And it's happened periodically throughout the years, right? It's happened a lot. So I'm gonna break it down for you. I had a dream that I was pretty much remote viewing, and I was almost like, Kirsty, don't worry, I have a bad dream, but it was a long time ago. I'm sorry to hear that. Um, but anyway, I kind of wanted to jump on here and just simply say, like, remote viewing is so real. It is so real. And it happened to me the other night. It happened while I was sleeping and also right after I did Thomas Medlin. So I just wanted to simply share that the dream that I had. And there's like bugs around here. So I'm like lighting some smoke. But anyway, so I wanted to jump on here and share a couple things about the dream that I had. Vicky Armstrong, I just lost my dad to cancer. I'm sorry to hear that, Vicky. I'm sorry to hear that, Vicky. Um, but I wanted to jump on here and talk about the dream that I had. Um, and I feel like it's very relative to why a lot of children are going missing and why we're seeing this more often. And it's not just them going missing. It's a lot of other things too. It's it is an entity on the other side. So, anyways, long story short, I had a dream that I wasn't myself. I wasn't myself in the dream. I was somebody else. Could you please give me a shout out as Savannah? Is your name Savannah? Um, I wasn't Aura in the dream. I was somebody else. And I was wrongfully accused of hurting a child. I was wrongfully accused of hurting someone's child. And it was like I was there taking care of them. Hey, Savannah, why is your name? I'm just going to stop my story. I'm just going to stop like talking about my dream for a minute and just ask like why is your name Vicky Armstrong as a username? That's just kind of weird. Is that like a nickname or something? But I was like in the dream, I was like a caretaker to taking care of children, but I was also wrongfully accused of hurting someone's child, and I was on the run. So I feel like a lot of this is relative to a lot of these children that are going missing, a lot of these children that are disappearing, maybe getting caught up in AI, getting caught up in just different things. But the thing is, it's an entity. It is an entity that is on the other side that is doing this. That is causing a lot of this friction in this 3D reality, in this 3D world that we're seeing right now. And it's kind of insane to think of it in that aspect, but that's what's happening. So it's like there are numerous different entities on the other side that are desperately wanting something. They're desperately wanting something, not just out of you, but out of children. And I remember the dream that I had, I want to say like a week or two ago, and I talked about this, riding on a school bus, being on the school bus, and the bus driver was he was half man, half goat. And he was calling out commands. So, this is just the beginning. I just wanted to say that. Like, this is just the beginning. And you guys are probably going to think that I'm nuts for saying it like this, but I was journaling this down and I had a thought. I was actually journaling this down and I had a thought, and um I feel like this is literally just the beginning. It's not just um this is only the beginning, I guess you could say. So, but the other half of the dream too is, well, the other part of the dream too is, I remember waking up from it and hearing this voice in my head, hearing this voice in my head and saying, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. So I feel like a lot of these missing persons cases, they're going to come up with scenarios and they're going to come up with quote unquote evidence to lock up these individuals that they suspect or they feel like are um Vicky. So can I have a shout out as Savannah? Yeah, I gave you a shout out. Hey Savannah. Um a lot of these cases where these children are going missing, it's going to be it is going to be the individuals that it's going to be the individuals that are wrongfully accused that are going to take the blame. And it's just like, it's kind of like a form of injustice, you know? It's kind of like a form of injustice. But the real cause of all these disappearances, the real cause of all of these children going missing and certain things happening, it is the possession of these entities that are taking control and causing all of these disappearances. And I kid you not, it's real. It is a real thing. It's horrific, but it is a real thing. And never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that I was going to be talking about this or just sharing any of this online and talking about it. You're welcome for the shout out. Savannah, whose also screen name is Vicky. This is weird. Um, but it's so bizarre. It is so bizarre. It's one of those things that you really wouldn't think of, or it's one of those things that you really wouldn't consider, but it's a real thing. I don't know why you used Vicky, and I don't know if I really want to. I don't know if I really want to. I kind of want to stay in my own lane and continue talking about my dream. But it's cool if you want to share. Like, it's cool. If you want to share, go for it. But I came on here to talk about a dream, not talk about why you used Vicky. Sorry, but um kind of defeating the whole purpose of why I'm live on here. No offense, but Anyways, um, that's kind of why I wanted to jump on here. I wanted to jump on here and talk about that, and I wanted to share with you that, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse before it gets better. It's going to keep happening, and I feel like it is definitely very relative to a dream that I had, what was it, last week or the week before that? Vicky, sorry. It's okay, but, like, the last thing I wanna talk about is why you changed your username from Vicky from Savannah to Vicky, 'cause I it's not why we're on here, I'm sorry. We're talking about metaphysical things on here, not your username, sweetheart. I'm more curious why there are bugs when it's 50 degrees outside. I'm more curious about that. But I'm more curious why there are so many children going missing. I'm more curious why it is happening a lot. And I believe I have an answer for that, to be honest. I think I do have an answer for that. The answer that I have is that there is an entity on the other side that is in a spiritual existence that we cannot see that is taking control of certain people. It could be people, it could be a lot of different things, but they are taking control to a certain degree. And they are causing all of the harm. Their intention is to conquer and take the souls, to take the spirits of these children. That's why a lot of these children are going missing. So, I mean, that's why you're going to see a lot of online predators. You're going to see a lot of, I hate to say it like this because you know, you're going to see a lot of like demonic presences in people. And it's going to be like a normal thing, but it's not normal. It is not a normal thing. So that's why a lot of these children are going missing. That's why a lot of them are being tragically hurt, tragically murdered, tragically kidnapped, and horrible things are being done to them. This is just the beginning, and it starts with the birthing process when you give birth to a child. And when you are a parent, you're supposed to nurture them, teach them everything that they need to grow in this world. So a lot of these children going missing and a lot of these different instances that you're seeing around the world is it's been happening for a long time, but I'm telling you, it's going to become how do I want to say this? It's going to become like a normal thing. It's like people are just going to expect it and they're just going to say, "Oh, I saw that the other day." That's like a normal thing. But it's not normal. It's really not. It is not a normal thing. Ain't no way that it could be normal. Ain't no way. So Um, that's kind of why I was jumping on here because I kind of wanted to share that and also just say like live your life. Live your life. There's a lot of these different things that are happening, but also to live your life and to not be afraid. I'm not saying this so that y'all are afraid, but I'm saying it with caution. I'm saying it knowing that it's a real thing, but I'm saying it because it's important and I feel like it's important and I feel like it's important to share it with you guys. Also, I never would have imagined that I would be a YouTuber either. Like I would be on here talking about a lot of this metaphysical stuff and spirituality. I mean, 2 years ago, I was getting out of the military, getting out and also dealing with parents who have cancer at the same time. Someone had mentioned earlier in the chat that they're well, it was up there earlier, but someone had mentioned earlier that their father had passed away from cancer, and I feel for you. I really do. It is not an easy task, especially if you are young, you have your whole life ahead of you, you have a lot of different things ahead of you. You have a lot more going for you than you realize. But when you're in a position like that, it's not easy. It's not easy. And just because you have spiritual gifts and you're a medium and you can feel the other side tremendously, you grieve the same. It's no different. So um, it is the same. There's no change. There's no change to what's the norm, what's not the norm, especially for grieving. And it's so hard to realize a lot of these different things because you see it every day, you look at it, and you don't think about and you don't feel like you just feel like, oh, it's just kind of like a logical sense like that person is a bad person. That person grew up badly, or that person had a horrible experience. So that's why they're doing that to children. That's why they're kidnapping the children. That's why they're hurting them. It's deeper than that. It's a lot deeper than that. And it's crazy to think of it like that, but this is the world that we are living in right now. This is the world that we live in right now. So, if you're new, make sure you give a shout out so I can say hi back. Oh, Savannah says, it was me who said that, and I lost him when I was 9. To cancer? I'm sorry to hear that. I lost my parents too. I actually lost both my parents to cancer. both of them, at the same time, 2 weeks apart. One of them passed, and then the other followed 2 weeks later. I think it's even harder when you lose them at a young age, of course, especially at 9 years old. Vicky, oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. You get tired. I will say this, like when you're in the beginning stages of grievance, you get tired of hearing people say, I'm sorry. Like you really do. You get tired of it. Everybody telling you, oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like you really, like it irritates you after a while. I don't know if that happened to you, but that was me. Everybody saying, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Well, please just keep it to yourself. Just keep the sorry to yourself. Um, but yeah, I know how you feel, but I didn't lose my parents at that age, so I'm really deeply sorry, genuinely. Um, so if I am 18 now, but the grieving never passed. Yeah, you kind of like learn to deal with it in certain ways, in different ways. You learn to deal with it because it's kind of like it never goes away. It just comes to you at certain times where you recognize that you still have access to them, but you come to realize that you don't have the same access to them that you once did. You know, I was watching a movie the other day, old movie, old movie from the 1990s. It's called Fly Away Home. Fly Away Home, and it's like at the end of the movie where the father crashes his aircraft and the daughter has to keep going. And she's like, I can't do this. I can't do this without mom. And you know, I can't, I wish she was here. That's what she said. She said, I wish she was here. And the father goes, she is here. She's in the sky. She's in the tree. She's in the grass. She's in you. And I was just like, wow, Jeff Daniels, that was so powerful. I wish I would have really absorbed that when I saw the movie when I was a child. I wish I would have like really absorbed that line growing up. But I thought that was very powerful watching that. So I I absolutely recommend you watch that movie. And forgive me if if I'm mistaken. I believe it's free on YouTube. So it could be gone now, but I believe it's free on YouTube. Thanks for being so supportive. You're welcome. I have no idea how to pronounce your username, but I'm just going to say hello, Sleepy. Hello, Sleepy. Um, so I'm not an expert with grieving, by the way. Definitely not. Definitely not an expert on grieving. I don't feel like anybody is, whether you have spiritual gifts or not, whether you are intuitive or not, whether you are a medium or not, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. No one is going to be an expert with grieving, even if you take those grieving counseling classes and stuff like that. Like, even if you do some stuff like that, I feel like no one is going to tell you what the norm is, because you see a lot of different individuals who watch people go through loss, and they also say you shouldn't grieve like that. Like, that's not normal. Do you even know what normal is? No. No. Absolutely not. So we got 3 people here, 3 people in the chat. I'm just trying to figure out who else is here so I can say hello. And story time, right? And also, if you have a case that you want me to cover and do, I am open to it. I am open to suggestions, and also, um, I'm open to them. So if you have a case that you think that I should do, let me know in the comment section below, and also, for some of the posts, community in the community too, you can post there and say, hey, Aura, I think that you should do this case. Please cover it. It looks like it's going to rain. Looks like it's going to rain. Man, it's so nice out here. I don't want it to rain. And then I have to go inside. I like being out here, and I like talking to you guys. Um, so yeah, that's kind of like why I wanted to come on here. I wanted to talk about that dream, and um I wanted to talk about the deeper meaning behind why a lot of these children are going missing, why a lot of these kids are disappearing. I do feel like it's definitely very relative to AI, and it's also very relative to, it's very relative in a spiritual concept, because once again, there is, I'm telling you guys, there is an entity on the other side that literally, it's just like it wants energy. And it's like the only way that it can be fed is with souls, with like innocent, childlike souls. And it's kind of scary, to be honest, when you look at the deeper meaning behind it. But I feel like this is a message. And also, I've been told several times that I'm a messenger, and I need to speak up and start talking about this. Because this is it. This is the world that we live in right now, and it's time to come to that realization. This is the world we live in. This is the world that we live in right now, and just because time is going by, and just because It's 2026 does not mean that horrible things can happen because they can. They can happen. It's not all sunshine and rainbows. Um, I'm looking at my list to make sure I covered everything because it's going to start raining and it's going to start pouring on top of me right now. um, but I think that's really what I wanted to come on here and talk about. I wanted to talk about why it's happening because I feel like I'm starting to understand. Um, Vicky, is your name Aura? Yes, my name is Aura. My name is Aura, and I can read aura on photographs. That's kind of like how I started this channel too. That is kind of how I started this channel too. Reading that's why I call myself that because I started reading the aura of pictures and of a lot of these missing persons cases, a lot of these instances where many do not have answers. So, but yes, that is so cool. Thank you. But yeah, I like to come on here every once in a great while, but you know, every chance that I can go live and talk to you guys, get some suggestions on missing persons cases and stuff like that. And also to chit chat. I like coming on here and chit chatting. Oh, it is unique. Thank you very much. So, if anyone has any suggestions on missing persons cases or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. I think I'm gonna get on out of here because it looks like it is going to rain and it is going to downpour. Um, you are so pretty. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I get called chubby all the time. I get called chubby all the time. It's okay. I can take the heat. I can take the heat. I was in the military for 6 years. I can take it. Because we picked on each other a lot. That was another thing I was gonna talk about too. I was gonna talk about, it's just crazy to believe that I'm doing YouTube. I'm talking about a lot of, the spiritual things and mystical things out there. Because when you really think about it, a lot of I got called fat all the time. See, so the difference is when I was younger, I didn't I didn't I didn't know. None of this existed. None of this existed. So I never got called fat because I was always like 110 pounds. But now, it's a lot different when you're older. It hits you differently. So take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Um, you said you were 18 years old. Take care of yourself. Um, start now. Take care of yourself and you will age gracefully. And a young tip to stay young today, Sunday, during this live, I got called potato. If you got called potato, I would have said tomato, potato, tomato, 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 potato, potato. I would have just started singing a song. Um, but young tip to stay young, take care of your body, take care of what you need to. Because when you get older, it's going to be hard. You're not going to be able to do, you're not going to be able to do a lot of the things when it gets to that point. And it's going to be like, I wish I would have. So, take care of your body and take care of what you need to take care of when you need to take care of it. Don't push it off. And if you don't want gray hair, stay away from people that stress you out. Stay away from people that stress you out. Bottom line. What else? I've got plenty of tips. Plenty of tips. And I think a lot of these tips that I'm saying, I don't feel like a lot of people I I've had people tell me about it, but I never listened. I never listened. I'm listening now though, of course, cuz but yeah, so that's what I wanted to come on here and talk about. I kind of wanted to talk about I think I hear thunder. I think that was thunder. No way. Uh Peggy Armstrong, you are so inspirational. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I think I just heard thunder. It's like I said, I feel like it's going to start raining here soon. I try to be inspirational on here as well, especially during some of my lives and story time, talking about dreams and stuff like that. Yeah. So, um, what else? Because I wrote down a list of what I wanted to talk about on here besides I wrote down a list of stuff that I wanted to talk about on here, and I think that I have hit them all. Take care. Take care, Savannah. But yeah, so I think I talked about all of the things that I wanted to talk about during this live, and I can't think of anything else because I talked about the dream, being wrongfully accused, being a vessel. There's a lot of remote viewing I've noticed since doing a lot more of these cases than than anything, and it's very interesting. It's very interesting. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it there because I heard some thunder and I'm gonna get out of here because I feel like it's gonna start raining. Um, so last announcement, if you have a case that you want me to do, let me know in the comment section below and I will cover it. But we're just gonna go with the flow here. Okay. I'll see you in my next live. Everyone have a great rest of your weekend. Take care. Love you. Bye.